And I keep telling younger filmmakers that it's like you just keep trying to listen to yourself, listen to your own voice. And I love characters who are women and they're nasty and selfish and weird and complicated.
After speaking to multiple filmmakers, I think it would be safe to say that your process is pretty unique.
I mean, in general, I think hearing from Southeast Asian women, hearing women from Indonesia, also from Malaysia saying that this was me at school, I was that kid. And to see so many women relate to that and understand it, I think that was really special.
Welcome to another episode of Live Confessions. Another fantastic guest joins us today. She is Malaysian filmmaker Amanda Nell Eu. Thank you for joining us, Amanda.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I have to say up front, I just watched Tiger Stripes just about a month ago, and I wanted to watch it just before meeting you again, but so much of it is still fresh in my mind. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, thank you.
And before we get into the everything right now, tell us about what that movie means to you, because it's what now so many people know you for.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first feature film.
Yeah.
So I think, even when I was in film school, it was always this pressure of doing your first feature,
Right.
and like I built it into my head that your first feature has to kind of have your full voice, and like it's the first time you really show the world who you are, what your personality is, what kind of filmmaker you are. So yeah, I think I did that. I think
Yeah.
of course I'm very proud of the film, but
Yeah.
it's also another life. Like I think recently I watched, like I did a talk and they showed like 2 scenes from it, and I'm like,
Right.
who made that? Like I don't even know who she was or who, like, because yeah, when you make your film, it's so much like of yourself in it, but it's also so much of the moment, and then you kind of mature and you get older and you look back and you're like, wow, like I don't even know who that girl was like a few years ago.
Wow.
But yeah, but that is the kind of journey of art and storytelling. I think you have
Yeah.
your own journey, and
Right.
your voice has its own journey. But yeah, it's definitely 100% me, still my personality. But
I loved it.
yeah.
I definitely loved it. Now, you've got quite a story of your own, a personal journey of your own, because you spent part of your childhood in Malaysia before moving to the UK at the age of 11.
Yeah.
How have these diverse cultural experiences, and how they affected your trajectory in terms of the films that you make, and any pivotal moments outside of filmmaking that shaped and influenced the way you tell your stories?
Yeah, I mean, very much. I think when I was growing up in the UK, I spent many years there, and I always felt like an outsider, obviously. Like, I look so different to everyone, and, always was like token Asian, or like had,
Right.
all these kind of little slight triggers of racism, casual racism, and, never really fit in. And then growing up there, in my teenage years, I moved back to Malaysia, in my late 20s. And again, felt like a complete outsider back home in Malaysia.
Right.
Spoke differently. Like my Malay was so bad, my Chinese was so bad. I behaved differently, I dressed differently.
Yeah.
Again, was an outsider. Struggling so hard to assimilate, especially, back in Malaysia, assimilate back into my home, back into my own country.
Yeah.
I was always told like, oh, you don't belong here. And so that kind of shaped the stories I wanted to tell. And I think it was coming back here where I really felt like I knew my voice.
Right.
And it was a voice for monsters. It was a voice for characters who didn't fit in with society, who felt like they were, on the fringes, or were either labeled a monster or different, or they don't belong in this society or this community. And so that was when I started to tell stories about these characters. And Tiger Stripes is very much a story about, a girl who doesn't fit in or is struggling to fit in until she realizes she is who she is. And that's amazing. Yeah.
Now to hear the way you tell your story and
Yeah.
and to be reflected in the creation of Tiger Stripes
Yeah.
makes even
Yeah.
more sense, right? To feel that. Okay, I don't want to give too much away about the movie, because in case you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's on
Yeah.
Netflix. But the fact that you built this, well, I felt this empathy and sympathy for the monster of the
Yeah.
film,
Yeah.
right? And you've spoken a little bit about feeling that sense of rejection and feeling set back through your journey.
Yeah.
before becoming a filmmaker and even as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
What was the hardest moment in that journey, and how did that shape the artistic vision that you have now?
I think it was never fitting in. It was like,
Right.
and also even like, when I was in film school studying film, there's, when you're younger, there's a certain type of film you want to make, or a certain type of filmmaker you want to be. And I tried so hard to be all those things and I couldn't. And I think it was just to overcome that idea and start listening to myself and start finding my own voice and believing in it and trusting in it and kind of just going like, yeah, I'm just going to do what I want to do and, just tell my personality and tell myself on the screen, which is very much, I think, how I approach filmmaking now.
When did that moment happen?
Quite late lah, like I think like late 20s, yeah, around there, like in my late
Well
20s.
into studying film already.
Studying, already started working. I remember I was working in the film industry and I was like terrified of directing short films. And suddenly it all clicked. I think when I moved back here and it was like I've been back here for like 2-3 years and suddenly I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try and make this short film. And suddenly I was just like, it was like a slap in the face. It was like, and I keep telling younger filmmakers that it's like, you just keep trying to listen to yourself, listen to your own voice. You have to persevere. One day it will be like overnight, like it all comes together and then it goes smooth sailing. You kind of understand who you are and what kind of films you want to make.
That's how it happened for you.
For me, at least, yeah.
Wow. Your films actually are amazing. I've only watched the one, which is your feature-length Tiger Stripes, right? But you often draw from Malaysian folklore, featuring entities like, okay, I can't... Before we continue, I have to admit,
You have nicknames, is okay.
I can't mention the names of these particular...
It's like Voldemort cannot say like...
Yeah, even though I don't consider myself to be a particularly superstitious person, but apparently I've been told if I say it out loud, they'll come look for me at night.
Yeah.
So, but apparently it's okay for a woman to say it. So I'm going to say entities like the Fon Tiana and the Fernangal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pronounce it the right way. And yeah, they feature in the stories that you tell. What draws these mythical creatures to you and you to them to then want to make it into a movie that's more contemporary?
Yeah, I mean, so it's like he met the Pontianak and the Penanggalan. I think what draws me to them is because like folklore is so interesting, right? It's done through, especially in our culture, like oral storytelling. And I also love that there's so many kind of relations with other folklores around Southeast Asia. There is a Penanggalan in like so many cultures in our region. And I'm like, where
different things.
Yeah, they win different names. And I'm like, where does she come from? Like why does she exist? And so I always like to question that. And of course I question like why so many of them are women. So then I look back and I think like, is it a fear of the female body? Is it a fear of this kind of strength or this rage or this rawness that these characters have? And then I'm so drawn to them because these are qualities that I find very empowering as a woman and very like unapologetic. And I think, it's so strong to be unapologetically yourself. And so it's strong to be unapologetically fierce and kind of fight for your existence. And so then I turn them into my heroes. And so then I start telling stories about them. Yeah.
Watching Tiger Stripes, I don't know whether this is a compliment, but to me, this is a compliment.
Yeah.
Which is that it felt like the Malaysian woman's version of Frankenstein.
Right, okay.
It's a creation of a monster that is misunderstood.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And told through the story of a very, very young girl.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would say it is definitely about a monster that's misunderstood. The only thing with Frankenstein is it's, a monster created by a man, whereas this is not. She is not created by anyone. She's inherently the monster inside her is who she is. So yeah, you need to be clear on that. Like no man made this monster.
Yes. She's her own person.
She is her own, yeah.
Yeah. Before the movie, I didn't even know that there was such a thing as a weird tiger.
Right.
It was part of my knowledge of folklore.
Yeah.
But it was really exciting to see that brought into the film as well. Now, your upcoming Gothic drama that's set in 1930s Malaya, which explores themes like motherhood and postpartum psychosis. Another aspect of being a woman that sometimes is misunderstood.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna tell the same story over and over again until like everyone gets sick of me. But yeah, I mean right now it's in development, so it's really early days. But yeah, you've already teased all the things that I normally tease.
Oh, so we're not saying more than that
Yeah,
at the
that's
moment.
that because right now, still working on it, still doing the
Right.
script, very early days. So
What's your process like when it comes to
script writing or
creation?
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it takes a long time. I don't like, going in and starting to write a script. I do something very kind of weird and zen and body like and very intuitive thing
Oh.
where it takes me about 6 months to a year to figure out what the heart of the story is.
Wow.
So it'll be like just one sentence that you need to figure out, or one question that you want to ask the world, the universe, and the answer is the film. So asking this question is so difficult because you're only allowed to ask one question. And it was the same with Tiger Stripes. It was like 1 year of just figuring out what it is that the film is about. What is that one statement that I want to make? I know vaguely I want to talk about, let's say Tiger Stripes, right? A girl going through puberty and she's labeled as a monster, but actually she's not the monster. I know that that was the idea. But what was the heart is the difficult thing. So that is my process, is to figure out this heart that is so emotionally connected to me and emotionally connected to the world.
Yeah.
Once you know that, it's really easy to write the script. And
Right.
so yeah, with Lotus Feet, I spent the whole of last year figuring it out. This year I wrote
Oh,
the
that's the
script.
title.
Yeah, it's called Lotus Feet at the moment. And this year, I wrote the script in like less than 2 weeks, like 10 days. Once you get it, it's very easy. You kind of know, and that statement carries through with your casting, with your pre-production, even on set when you don't know like what to do or what choices you're making. You just ask yourself that same statement. It's like, am I saying this thing? And even down to the poster, like even Tiger Stripes, that poster that you see, or my key still, is still related to that one thing that I've figured out like years ago in the writing process.
After speaking to multiple filmmakers, I think it would be safe to say that your process is pretty unique,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have other filmmakers and they all have a version of that.
right?
But because I love telling stories in a very intuitive way, like sometimes I joke like, oh, I'm like the laziest director. 'Cause, like I hate planning. Like I hate like, like, oh, we have to keep going on set and like prep. I mean, we do our prep. I do my prep, but I also love having this kind of spontaneity with directing and creating and kind of listening to your instinct and intuition. And I always say like I listen to my body a lot more than my brain. So when I think, like if you give me time to think, then I start overthinking and then questioning and then analyzing and everything. But if you don't give me time, I just feel things and I'm like, this is the way to go. And they're like, why? I'm like, I don't know, it feels right.
Okay.
So that's how I like kind of doing my work.
Wow.
Feelings.
Makes sense when you watch the final product as well. How do you navigate that balance between authentically representing Malaysian culture and making your stories also accessible to an international audience that will be able to appreciate the story without knowing the cultural significance in many ways?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's no balance. I think, I like films that are very culturally specific. I think it's so important the more kind of specific to its culture and the kind of more of a microcosm of the world it is, I think. Because it's universal, because we're all humans and if you think about the story universally, we're all humans trying to fit in, trying to connect, trying to find community, trying to find our own little group that we're accepted in, that we're loved in.
Right.
That's universal everywhere, no matter what language you speak, no matter what culture you are in, whatever you practice in. Yeah, that's root of human nature. And I think stories, a good story inherently all has that.
Right.
Then you just flourish in the culture that you come from, in the culture that you see it, and you see every day. You see these girls every day. You drive past these schools every day. You see the teachers, and you kind of see the land that you're involved in and that's around you. So yeah, that's for me, there's no balance. It was just
It's
that's
just-
how you should tell stories.
It's your vision,
Yeah.
and it's something that can be appreciated on an emotional level.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the universal part is the emotional part,
Mm.
and then the culturally specific part is the beautiful world that you're introducing someone to that has never been here, for example. Yeah.
That makes sense because for a man in his mid-40s
Yeah.
to appreciate a movie about a girl going through puberty.
Yeah,
is
yeah, like
definitely
a 12-year-old girl going through puberty. It's like you would never relate to it,
Right,
but
yeah.
somehow, hopefully you can relate to at
Yeah.
least some of her emotions. Yeah.
Absolutely. You've done very well for yourself. I would say that. What
Yeah.
do you think about
No,
how
it's
you-
good. It's
yeah.
been good. Yeah, it's been a very nice journey. Like
Yeah.
very unexpected in a way. It was kind of like a whole wow, like, when Tiger Stripes came out in Cannes, and then kind of the journey it's had has been very insane. But when you're going through that journey, you just ride it. And I think that was part of the reason why I like after that whole year of traveling and promoting the film all over the world, I was like, I need to shave my head. Like, I need to do something because I'm I'm a very body person, right? So even like the act of like letting go, I'm like, let's shave my head and
Right.
just have a new era now, like, and
How
let
did
go.
that feel?
Oh, amazing! It was so fun. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Tell me about it.
yeah.
Now, your short film, right? One of your short films, It's Easier to Raise Cattle, which is the English translation
Yes, yeah.
of the title, premiered at the Venice International
Yes.
Film Festival and received a special mention at the Clermont-Ferrand.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing that
Yeah.
right. How did these early successes influence your then career trajectory? Yeah.
Oh, very much so. I mean, like, I think that short film itself really kind of was a great, let's say, a little like mini explosion starter to being who I am as a filmmaker today. I mean, going to Venice is, obviously an A-list festival and you start meeting people. But it wasn't just Venice, through that, the film got selected in a lot of very prominent short film festivals as well around the world, around Europe. And I traveled with it. And, traveling with it is so important because then you start to build your network as well. And that's really how everything all starts. Then you start to learn about, the grant system in financing. You start learning about filmmaker labs. You start learning about film markets. You start kind of building a network of filmmakers and producers as well within the region.
Right.
And that really kind of kickstarted my career into developing Tiger Stripes as well. Yeah.
Right. People don't see sometimes when we are sitting in that cinema watching the movie how much effort went into creating this work of art that you
Yeah.
ultimately see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even just making the film itself. It's also, putting yourself in those spaces where, let's say if you're in development, it's to make sure people already know you're making this film and people are already getting excited about it. And so there's kind of this watch of how this project even progresses.
Yeah.
So when it's, being, let's say, the Hollywood term, greenlit or financed to go into production. Yeah.
And now when you see how far you've come, how does it feel and can you believe where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, I guess because it's I've always, me and my producer, Fu Fei-ling, who's the other half of Ghost Girl Pictures, we kind of took our journey in a very organic, we'll say yes to everything and be really open to everything and be open to listen and be open to learn. So it kind of made sense that everything, it wasn't actually a giant, like from one day we're here and the next day we're up there. It was a very small, slow, trajectory of building, our knowledge and our network and our kind of understanding of this space of, let's say, the festival type art house independent film. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of the films that you make, the one that is probably the most well known currently is Tiger Stripes,
Yeah.
which is your transition from short films to feature length
Yeah.
projects. What were the most significant challenges that you faced during the process of making Tiger Stripes specifically?
I think, well, like I said, it was a very kind of slow building blocks of knowledge and learning. So it wasn't a scary transition to go from short to feature. But I always said this, like the most difficult challenge was because of COVID. Like, I mean, it's such a unique experience, right? Like all my life as a, young filmmaker dreaming to make my first feature film, I would always tell myself like, oh, it's gonna be so terrifying, but you're gonna get there. You're gonna be able to have that confidence to tell the story, this whole feature-length story. I would never experience like, oh, we all had to go in lockdown. Right. We all had to just live in a bubble. We all had to test like 3 times a day, and I would have to check every day like how many crew is dropping like flies, and like balancing that and balancing health and safety, where it was like such an important thing to do. Yeah. So COVID made me so confident in being a director. I was like, okay, I can direct. I can't deal with this this other thing that no one knew was gonna happen. So it's a very unique experience for me, and I think, in a way, a blessing, but not, but a blessing for my confidence. Yeah.
Because the entire film was actually shot during during the lockdown.
Yeah, there's actually one shot, a very wide shot where like it's very like it's a crowded scene, but there is one person we forgot to ask them to take the mask off.
You've also won the Critics Week Grand Prize at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
A monumental achievement, some people would say, right?
Yeah.
Can you share your initial reaction to this honor and its impact on your career?
Oh gosh, the initial reaction was like lots of expletive words in my like what is going on? Like really unexpected. I think, winning a prize is not something anyone should ever expect, because I've also been jury, in festivals, and I know what jury is like. It's very much taste and luck, but it just so happened at the time.
Who's on the jury?
Yeah, the jury just really, I guess, really enjoyed the film or saw something in the film. So, I mean, again, it was so amazing to win and such an honor. And that does affect your career, like, and it also kind of puts Malaysia and a Malaysian filmmaker on the map, because I don't think a Malaysian film has ever won in Cannes ever. So that was quite special to kind of, be like, hey, we can do it too. Even though, our film industry, at least in the independent side, is quite small, but I see changes. I know that in 2023 there were a lot of independent films coming out. There was this year another short film in Malaysia, from Malaysia, in Critics Week as well in Cannes. So yeah, things are slowly changing. Yeah.
Being criticized is such a big part of being in the entertainment field and being a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Who would you consider to be your biggest critic? Would you be your biggest critic, or?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm the biggest critic.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard. Like, I think you mentioned a bit about like, I talk about my second feature, but I'm also scared to talk about it because there's so much fear after making the first one, and I'm like, I don't want to be a one-hit wonder. Like you come back and you're like, and then you try to write it and you're like, everything is not good enough, and you have this bar that is insane because no one else set the bar except you.
Right.
So of course I'm like the biggest critic. Like everyone else is allowed to critique whatever they want, and I think that's what I find so beautiful about art is once I put the art there, it's not for me to protect anymore. It's for the audience to take whatever they want. Of course, I'll protect my cast, my crew, everyone, the whole team. Yeah. But the art itself is for the audience to take it, whatever they want to take it as. Yeah.
Wow. I was going to say, I'm so looking forward to seeing what's coming, but I don't want to put any more additional pressure on what you're so putting on yourself.
But I mean, I'm looking forward to it too. So at least that,
So exciting. I did want to ask also about the fact that because Tiger Stripes had such a young cast, the main cast was very young, in fact. 4 girls, 3 girls?
3 girls, yeah.
Right. And many a time you hear when it comes to filmmaking, people will say it's the most challenging thing you can do in film.
No, what with kids and animals. I did both.
Yes. And one of the characters was both.
Yeah.
A tiger and a child.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to get these performances out of these very young talents?
I mean, we did a lot of prep work for them. We did a lot of acting classes, acting coaching, and again, because of pandemic, we would start, doing these acting classes with these girls. And it wasn't just the three girls, that we had a whole group of girls that were hand selected to go into these workshops. And we also had a professional acting coach, Bella Rahim, also another, well-known face here locally. But she was basically, the kind of leading these acting workshops with these girls. And then we'll go in lockdown. And then I'll be like, oh my God, are they going to grow up, like be good?
Oh.
And then we come back, we meet each other again, like, okay, no, it's okay. Like, we do work in film, we can like change
continuity.
costume and everything.
Right.
But we had that time as well to kind of really build the trust within this space and to really, like, I really wanted them to have a safe space as well to express themselves. And I think that was when I really saw how beautiful they were, when they kind of like broke down all the walls that every girl starts building. Actually, we're all building these walls, especially I think young women, with this like idea of shame and judgment and guilt and fear, which is also a lot of the themes in the film. And it was to kind of build a space where we'd break it down, and because acting is about vulnerability, it's about showing that heart that you always didn't want anyone to see. And then that's when the beauty of acting comes out. And so we kind of built a space where they felt safe enough to do that and express themselves in what they really felt. So that rage, that teenage angst she has, is probably the teenage angst that she also has inside her. Like
that's inherently
that's partly real.
Yeah.
Part of it is real, part of it is play.
It made me realize while watching the movie how talented these young actresses are, because there are multiple moments in the movie where there are lingering scenes without dialogue.
Yeah.
And then you get to see the acting come out without the words.
Yeah.
And you did that multiple times
Yeah.
in this movie, and now I get a better idea of how you did that. Because,
I think they all relate to the themes a lot. They're also teenage girls themselves. They also know what bullying is like. They know what it's like to be left out. They know all these emotions. So it's something very relatable to them, but also at the same time, I want to protect them. And so it is this coaching that I had to teach them, where acting is play. And so that's why we did so much work on what acting really is. And when we went on set, when we say action, it's play. It's really a make-believe and a fiction.
Yeah. Oh, and thank you for making the film. I really appreciated it. Now, Southeast Asian cinema is gaining more international recognition, in part thanks to you as well, because of the work that you've done. Yet many filmmakers struggle with funding and visibility. You've talked a little bit about that as well, finding ways to learn how it works behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What structural changes do you think need to happen for this recognition to be more sustainable for the industry? Like, you've seen a little bit about how it works, right?
Yeah. I mean, I really appreciate how the European financing system works for films. It's very much, a lot of grants from countries and a lot of either like tax grants or co-production grants. And I think that's something we can benefit for Southeast Asians, is to have co-productions, is to have, our governments valuing co-productions. I mean, I think it's so great in Malaysia. We have government grants, FINAS, for films, but to venture out and to make our cinema more healthy and sustainable is to start thinking about co-production, to give our producers more access to films, let's say in Thailand or Singapore or Vietnam or Indonesia, and to be able to work together, because I think Singapore started doing it, Philippines has started doing it. Let's start working in this way so that we can build a system and a network which is Southeast Asian, and so that
it sounds like the talent is ready to do this.
The talent is there.
It's just that we need the framework.
We need the framework, and we need the countries to start talking together. The film body in Vietnam to start talking to the film body here, and we need more of that, instead of being so insular and thinking about like just our own nation. No, we're part of this ecosystem.
Do you see some of it happening already?
I mean, it's starting to happen. I mean, Tiger Stripes itself, we have a Singaporean and Indonesian co-producer, so that has benefited the film a lot. To have a Southeast Asian kind of stronghold with the French co-producers as well. With my next film, we'll also kind of think about that, how we start having co-productions again. There's a lot of films, independent films, that are starting to do that has really benefited. Yeah.
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 And based on the productions and the movies that you've made, you've been helming almost every aspect of the creation of the movie. You direct it, you write the script, you also are involved in every aspect
Yeah,
of
of
the scene.
course. Yeah.
Would there be a point where you would be more willing to, do you see yourself in the future taking on one of the roles and relinquishing part of the creative process?
Well, I think if you're a director, you can't relinquish any process. You are there all the way through.
Right.
Maybe not the writing part,
Mm-hmm.
because I know
You
some.
say that so big. You say
Yeah.
that so with so much
My
hesitation.
dream is to really
Yeah.
is to actually not write, because I've already shared how long it takes me to write, how difficult it is to squeeze this thing out of my body, like give birth to it literally. But it's tough to find scripts and writers. Right now I'm yet to find my dream writer that really gets me. And so I'm like, okay, if I can't find the scripts out there, I have to make it. Like I have to make it for myself. I have yet to find a writer that I'm like really connected to, and the collaboration is there, and so they can write the work while I'm, let's say, shooting a film, and then once it's done, we can kind of work together on that, so I don't have to
That's the dream.
be alone on this, because I don't like being alone. Like I think that's why I love directing it, because I love the collaboration.
But the
right
writing
now,
process is
it's a very lonely process. Yeah,
right.
so I have to. Yeah, but you have to write the things you want to direct for now. So yeah.
When you are in that process, right? When you're actually making the movie and you're also writing the movie, I'm sure people understand that you have to rework it as you go along sometimes.
Yeah,
You
of
change
course. No,
things
you're
along the
always
way.
developing and changing it. Yeah.
Along with sometimes whoever that's on set. How much of it is a collaboration for you at that point?
Full collaboration for me. Like I again, another thing I always say, I'm so lazy because I let everyone else do everything. But I mean, what I mean is, like, let's say I have a DOP. That person is gonna know how to shoot something, how to frame something way better than I do, because
Okay.
that is what they're good at. They're the best in their field in that. Or like a costume designer or a production designer. These people are experts in their field. I'm not an expert. So what I do is, how do you communicate? I think a director, their job, and they need to be an expert at communication.
Right.
I need to communicate what's in here to them, and see how they relate to it and how they can execute like that feeling. So I think that's really the job of a director. You're communicating even to your cast, you're communicating to your heads of department. You're also using a different language each time in how you communicate. And I think that's our skill, is we're very good communicators. And that's all we need to do.
Wow. You make it when you
Sounds so
boil
easy,
it down
right?
to that.
But the communication is key. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've said over and over again how much I appreciated Tiger Stripes. I'm sure I'm not the only person who has told you that I've enjoyed your work. What are some of the best pieces of feedback or appreciation someone has said to you about something that you've created, about one of your works? What comes to mind now?
I mean, in general, I think, just hearing from Southeast Asian women, hearing women from Indonesia, also from Malaysia, saying that this was me at school. I was that kid. Like, I didn't feel right, or, and to see so many women relate to that and understand it, I think that was really special. Of course, it was so nice, to have people outside of Southeast Asia relate to the film. But I think Southeast Asia was I was the most afraid to show it here, because I mean, this is a Southeast Asian film, and so if they are like, yeah, we don't get this, it's totally alien to us, or be
Is
like,
it us?
oh my
Yeah.
god, like this is not, like, of course, yeah, I would be sad, but it worked. I mean, I think Southeast Asian women especially really got it. Showing it in these festivals in the region as well was really special. I think people were very excited to see a film from this region do so well, in Cannes, for example. So bringing it back, it wasn't just Malaysia, it was the region that was very excited to see what is this film. I want to check it out. But another one that I thought was really special that I'd never forget was girl, I think she sent me some DM on Instagram saying like, I watched this when I was studying for my SPM with my sister, and all we had were like loads of stickers, and we stuck it on our face watching the film, and I was like, oh my god, this is a film like about you guys too. Yeah.
Okay, in case you didn't miss the reference,
Yeah.
because in the movie there are
There's
particular
loads of stickers
on faces,
and
yeah.
studying for exams,
Yes,
and yeah,
yes.
being very girly and girlhood in it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's amazing how much this movie represents. It represents youth, it represents change, it
Yeah.
represents Southeast Asia,
Yeah.
it represents feeling different, it
Yeah.
represents becoming something that you're not,
Yeah.
and being comfortable with yourself. If anyone hasn't seen this film, I think they should definitely do it because it's available on Netflix. That's
Yeah.
one thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, now being where you're at and all that you've achieved, what guidance would you offer to emerging filmmakers now, particularly those from Southeast Asia,
Yeah.
who want to tell culturally specific stories like you have?
Be specific. Be more and more and more specific. Be more and more specific to also your experiences, to your own voice. Listen to that. Really listen to your voice and listen to your instinct, and I think that's where it starts from. You know, don't pluck things out of the air. It has to. I always feel like something's worth telling if it hurts me inside first, where I'm like, I feel this heaviness inside me. Then that's something that's personal already. And then, yeah, be as specific as possible to what you see around you. Yeah.
Be okay with feeling the hurt as well as the
Feeling the
joy and
hurt,
sharing
because with the hurt, there's also joy and this, yeah, pain and this anger, but there's also celebration at the same time. Yeah.
emotion. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming now to the rapid fire question part
Okay,
of
yeah.
this. So we're gonna ask you the questions and whatever comes to mind first. It could change
Okay,
later
don't
on, but
swear.
at this moment, we'll have our bleeper ready.
Yeah.
Okay, first question. What's the last film that made you cry?
Okay, film would be Flow, the animation.
Oh.
About the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love cats. So yeah, 100%. Like I think I cried like from 10 minutes of the film until the end, like nonstop. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, next rapid fire question. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received that you think of now?
Best piece of advice is what are you trying to do, trying to tell a story when you should listen to your body? Yeah.
If you could adapt any book into a film, what would it be?
Recently I read, I've been reading a lot of stories by Eliza Clark, this writer. I think she's like a young, new hip writer. I love her work, so maybe one of her stories. Yeah, I mean, her characters are just nasty, and they're all women, and I love characters who are women and they're nasty and selfish and weird and complicated.
What's a film genre you'd love to explore but haven't yet?
Okay, so I usually say I'm not a big fan of sci-fi just because it's, I mean, it's weird because I love horror, and horror is known to be a very male-dominated genre, but it's, of course, changing a lot. And sci-fi, I always kind of related it to a very male genre. But recently I did watch this anime called Dead Demons DDDD Destruction.
Okay.
It's, oh my god, like finally it's a sci-fi that I relate to, and so beautifully done. And like I'm so obsessed with it. Like right after I finished the anime, I went to Kinokuniya and I bought like all the entire manga set, and I'm devouring it. So sci-fi would be a genre that I finally decided I want to play with. Yeah.
Another thing to look for. I hope that happens too.
Yeah.
What scares you more? Ghosts or censorship?
Censorship. What is Ghosts are my friends.
Okay. What's one film you wish you had directed?
Yeah, The Substance.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like 100%. Like I mean, yeah, I wish I made that film because it's so disgustingly beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, final question for you, which is our question we ask of all of our guests who join us. If you had the opportunity to make one change as Prime Minister of Malaysia for a day, what would it be and why?
For a day.
For a day, yeah. That means you make this change and you can just drop it and leave.
Oh no, like no censorship. Of course.
Easy going, huh?
Easily.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great hearing your point of view on not just film, but just kind of how humans treat other humans in a way.
Oh,
Like how to be a
nice.
human, how to be a human.
Be a delicious monster.
We look forward to seeing your upcoming project, which
Thank you.
all we know so far is the title,
Yeah.
which is
Lotus feet. But it might change.
it might change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Possibly this, maybe something
Yeah.
else. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, Amanda, for joining us here today.
Thank you.
And of course, you stay tuned with us here on Life Confessions for that next guest who will be joining us, who will be hopefully as amazing as you've been. Thanks.